started at 40,000 a year, season. Sorry, 40,000 season, and I ain't make my first 7-figure contract until.
All right, welcome to the Hidden Gems Basketball Podcast, the place that leaves you with a gem after every episode. And we got a special guest. Also the money man. Hold on, let me play the money sound. This man is one of the baddest scorers of Europe. Yeah, I mean, just signed a big time deal. A lot of people feel like he should be in the NBA. And, man, he's one of the best bucket getters in the world. Kevin Punter, I really appreciate you, man, joining us again on the show. You know, Ray Mccallum, you know, just go ahead and go into it, Ray. Just talk a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, off rip, obviously, no one putting those business out there, but KP did re-up again. You know, for me being in Europe, just watching you, you know, hoop over, you know, the past couple of years, just kind of seeing you turn that corner into now, like, arguably in that conversation, that's probably one of the best American guards in Europe. And, you know, that's hard to do. And, you know, rarely do you see that with guys getting that opportunity that you've got. I guess my question to you is just, you know, re-sign with Partizan. How much do you think that's helped your career just over the past? Now, this will be your third year there.
It's helped my career a lot. Playing for Abramovich has helped me a lot, to be honest with you. I feel like he's helped me mentally take my game to a different level. He's made me think a lot more, just with and it has nothing to do with scoring, but just my outlook on the game and just my different reads and just decision making, just different passes, just things like that. So I really feel like he has helped me a lot in my game. He probably doesn't even realize it. Maybe he does, maybe he don't. I don't really know, but he's helped me a lot, to be honest with you. I feel like he's helped me take it to another level.
Yeah, and then like the past 2 years, like I said, you put yourself in that category as, you know, probably one of the, if not the top American guard over there. And Jordan mentioned earlier with a lot of people saying you should be in the NBA. There was a lot of OGs and a lot of respectable people this summer saying you probably the best player in the world that's not in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
So for keep going.
No,
I was gonna say, so for, like, people who don't understand is take the money aside. As a hooper, we know you probably getting way more money in Europe than maybe you could get on the NBA contract. So we'll just put that out there for everybody. But like as a player, what is that decision like when you meet that standard? You're in that category now where you have the option, like, do I go to the NBA? I've never played in the league before. Or do I stay over here? I have a great situation, great role. I'm a star here. And I'm probably getting paid, you know, more than I can if I go back to play in the league. Like, what do you do?
Way more. To be honest with you, it's tough, bro. Number one, you got to ask yourself, what do you really care about? That's one. Why are you in it? I feel you gotta look at your age too, kind of see how long you want to play. So it's a lot of different moving pieces, to be honest with you. But I think the number one piece is what do you want out of this game of basketball? Because I could easily go back. I could easily go to NBA, very easily. But financially, I wouldn't be able to do some things I've dreamed about also. Like I told my mom this probably like right before I came home. Like as a kid growing up, I had two dreams, bro. I had a dream of playing in the NBA and being on that main stage, and I had a dream of taking care of my family and making sure everybody was good and financially doing some things that, you know, that I wasn't able to do before. So as I gotten older, that kind of started splitting away from each other. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I had to figure out what was more important. Was it the NBA part, but then financially, I'm not able to do some of the things that I dreamed about, or not being in the NBA, but financially, I'm able to, you know what I'm saying? My parents don't want for nothing. Like people around me don't want for nothing. Like everyone's straight. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, that's the most important thing for me. Like at the end of the day, basketball will stop at some point. You can't play basketball forever. And I always tell younger players, like, when this game is over, you want to have something to show for. Like, don't let this game of basketball use you to where you done and it's like you ain't getting nothing out of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, use this game of basketball. We've been playing this game for like 20-something years for free. Us growing up. Now the whole dynamic is way different now. But us growing up, I was born in 93. I played basketball for 22, 23 years straight without getting paid. So it's just like, if you really put this in a whole perspective, it's like, do what's best for you. Whatever it is, maybe it is the NBA or it's not the NBA, but I always try to tell players, man, do what's best for you to take care of yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's about a roof over your head. It's about the playing a game you love, but it's about roof over your head, take care of your family, make sure everybody's straight, make sure everybody's comfortable, make sure you comfortable, your family's comfortable. You might have kids or whatever. Like, that's the most important thing in life. Like, and this game of basketball can provide you to do those things. So just gotta be smart on how you want to play. It can be tricky though. You know what I'm saying? It's the real fine line with chasing your dream and kind of, financially being in a different tax bracket too. So that could get tricky. So like I said, I always try to tell players too, like, know what you want, understand what you want, and then hopefully that guide you to where you should go or where you want to go. So,
man, I'm gonna have to be the guy that's at the Rico runs. I'm gonna drop the bomb. My man got the do-rag on too, bro. Big swag, right? But I always see at Rico's runs, you the one that's frying up at the runs, right? Like, when you see that and you do that, and also like in college, a lot of people don't know, you didn't get a chance to have a pre-draft because you got hurt.
nope.
You led SEC in scoring too. So we factor in both of those things right there.
Yeah.
There's nothing that plays with your mind. And you from New York, so I know the homies back home, like, you got to give it a go. Like, and you playing in the runs against a lot of teams. So for those of you guys that don't know, at Rico's runs, there's a lot of NBA teams that come in as a whole team and have camps. I know a lot of times, because people ask me, they be like, yo, why isn't KP in the league? He out here frying. So, like, you don't have that battle in between your head, like, bro, I'm frying, like, I need to make that jump, maybe.
100%, bro. I almost go through it every summer. And you can ask Todd Ramos on my agent. You can ask him. It's been times, bro, I call him like, yo, what are we doing? Like what's going on? Like, and we going, you know what I'm saying? But then it's just like, we had a plan. So when I first came out of Tennessee, we had a plan. You know what I'm saying? And he always told me, like, unless the plan changes, this is how we moving. So, like, anytime I get in the moods, we go back to the drawing board, and we always kind of like, what was our main goal, our big picture from the time we was 22, 23 years old. And anytime I go back to that, it's just like, nah, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, because for me, what I cared about is financially being able to provide for the people around me. Like, I've never been big on being in the NBA, but I'm not really like being in the NBA, but in my real life, I can't do too much just because, the kind of situation I'm in. Like, I just never really believed in that. So, like, for me, it's just like, what mattered to me the most was playing a ton, and being able to take care of my family. Like, so that for me, that I cared about that. As I've gotten older, my priorities kind of shifted, but I still, if I were to get an opportunity, bro, I'm for sure taking it if the opportunity makes sense. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like, if it makes sense to where, like, I have a solid role or whatever, like, it just got to make sense. That I'll make that jump. Even if that means I'm losing a couple dollars, I'll still take that jump if it's the right situation. But it just has to be the right situation. That's the biggest thing with me. But I struggle with that every summer, bro. Every summer.
Bro, every time, bro, like in LA, bro, I hear it every time. Like, hey, yo, KP, like, why is he in the NBA? This man is frying every time he comes into the gym. And then, like, you just did a workout with Phil Handy, and there was a million coaches in there. I don't think the ball touched the net. I'm going to drop the bomb on that. This dude went through a shooting workout, bro. He didn't miss a shot. He barely missed a shot the whole time. People like, yo, looking around like, yo, what's going on? And I know that's something that is constant with you, bro. Like, you probably hear it every summer. But, like,
yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You need to kind of explain to, like, just the general public why, like, what you guys mean. Ray, you've been in the NBA. I hear this with a lot of different players that play in Europe too as well. People are like the situation, like being able to provide for my family. Like people don't really understand that because when they think NBA, they thinking millions and thinking that it's, probably similar, the same, and you at home. So they're trying to kind of figure that, dynamic between each other.
Yeah, but like KP's situation is so unique from anybody else, right?
Exactly.
First off, KP, he always been a bucket. He's always been cold, like you said. He averaged 20 at Tennessee. Then he broke his foot. Then he didn't get the chance with all the draft stuff, right? But he's got the stamp without, like, I don't think the league is closed for you. I do think at one point we will see you in the league. I think that opportunity will present itself, and hopefully, it does, because I would love to see you play in the L. But like for K, it's different, right? So he plays for one of the best teams in all of Europe. Crazy. How many fans y'all get? Like 20,000 at every game mostly?
Probably like 24.
24. I'm down 4,000 fans. That's a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's 24,000 going crazy. He's a star, right? And like when you're overseas, like his bread is basically tax-free. So, I mean, he's probably getting double or triple, honestly, what he would get in a deal in the NBA, right? And his role in the league, like he's saying, having the right role, right, or it's a situation. If he's going to make the jump to come back to play in the league, he wants to be playing. He wants to be in a rotation. A lot of these NBA teams might only be playing 8, 9, maybe 10 guys if you're lucky. So he's over there. He's the star. The ball's in his hands. He's got a great team. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's playing for a Hall of Famer, one of the best coaches really in the world, honestly. Obradovic is, got the stamp for everywhere. So it's essentially, if he's coming to the league, like, he's giving up a lot. You know what I'm saying? And he might not be gaining as much as he is.
And the crazy part, I'm giving up a lot for something that's uncertain.
Yeah.
That's
his role
just
in the league
like,
ain't the same.
That just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? And that's one reason why it's just like, and I say this all the time. Hold on to your leverage. As a player, you need your leverage. A lot of these teams, they like to take players' leverage away to where you go into an NBA deal and you handcuffed. Like, it's non-guaranteed. They could cut you whenever they want. And then, like, it's just too much. So it's like, if they can cut you whenever they want, at least make something fully guaranteed, or something has to be guaranteed in this. But, I don't even want to get too political side, too much political with that, because I'll go crazy. And because I know the business like it's in and out. And that's one reason why I'm not making that jump. Yeah. I know how this thing go. So for me, until y'all come correct, then I'm here.
Hey, Jay, what
and
he
I
means
know my
by,
worth. Go ahead.
My back. He said about coming correct, meaning like he gonna keep running it up. He can get the price to whatever he wants it to be. So when he wants to make that jump to the L, they got to pay him X amount of dollars, and he's gonna have the role that he wants.
And we see it happen all the time. We see it happen all the time. So what's the difference between a player that's undrafted, right? Never been drafted before, nothing. Then a player that has been drafted, but they have his rights, and he don't go to the NBA until, let's say, 5 years later. What's the difference? What's the difference? The only difference is they just have his rights. So now the fact that they really want him, they're going to match whatever offers he has. And the only difference is that team has his rights. So it's no different from me and him. The only difference is I was undrafted with no rights behind me, and you have rights behind you. So that's why they paid you whatever they paid you, matched it. And that's why they gave me a vet minimum. That doesn't even make sense. Yeah. And I could be a way better player than him. But because the whole rights situation, he's able to get paid what he's getting in Europe, maybe more. Or if it is less, it's a little bit less. It's not much. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's the game. It's like a game. You know what I'm saying? They playing one game, you got to play the game back. So, like, what's the difference? So is no real difference. So once I started figuring that out, it's all like a big game. Yeah. It's all a big game. You just got to just play it the right way. It's business.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ray.
That
it is kind of crazy to me because, like, when I see you guys play, I mean, we see Micic, we see, Mike James, we see so many guys that should be across, and then they showcase it, whether that's World Cup, Olympics, or when they get in the NBA. And I'm like, man, like, it doesn't really make sense to me why you guys aren't in there. And then I see you guys every summer play against them, and everybody asking the same questions. So that's why I'm kind of trying to make it make sense for the people who are listening to as well.
Yeah, one thing in this business that I've learned that I had to, as I continue to be been in it, is my 8th year. A lot of this don't make sense. So when you try to make sense out of something that's not gonna make sense, you'll lose your mind. And I've lost my mind plenty of times, bro. And it may sound crazy to the listeners, like, but people be really trying to figure out, like, nah, half this don't even make sense. Like, truth be told, a lot of it don't make sense. So a lot of times, that's why you may see, like, huh? Like, what? Like, yeah, bro, this don't make sense, bro. It's not meant to make sense. So once I started figuring that out, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing until I'm able to get my little situation right. Like, I'm not asking for nothing crazy, but it just gotta make sense. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah, this hoop world and business is crazy, man.
Yeah, it's just the word. I feel like the quicker you understand it's a business and you kind of maneuver like that, then you'll feel better about everything. So that's what keep me at peace. Understand that it is a business, and they fighting for their leverage. You got to fight for your leverage too, and at least meet halfway in the middle, at least. So that's what I've learned. So that's why I'm gonna just stay in Europe for now.
Let me drop the bomb on that. That's funny. Nah, just just real quick, because a lot of people, especially a lot of overseas players, they look at your journey a lot. I don't think you realize, like you, Mike James. You're gonna hear me bring that name up a little bit because now you play in the Drew League. People see you in the Rico runs. Like, you getting more popular amongst, like, people out here, and people look at your story, especially overseas guys. Yeah. What was your starting price when you first started playing? I know you answer this question a lot, but like, how much did you make from the start, and then, all the way up until whatever? You don't have to tell that full amount or whatever, but
yeah.
For the
so I started at 40,000 a year, well, season. Sorry, 40,000 season, and I ain't make my first 7-figure contract until my 6th year, going into my 6th season. So it took me 5 seasons to get to the 7-figure deal.
So 6 years.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, dog, because I'm glad you kept it real with everybody, because, like, especially this summer, bro, like, a lot of young kids were bringing your name up, and, like, your name's been coming up a lot. And I try to explain to everybody, like, your journey, all these guys overseas, it ain't easy, and ain't nothing sweet about that.
Nah, not at all.
And you got these kids coming out of college now, and they don't understand all the time. They're like, I'm gonna go overseas. I'm like, bro, y'all gonna make more in NIL in your 4 years of college than you probably gonna make in your first couple of years of the league. Yeah. Unless you're like coming from the NBA, or you were like this All-American in college who should have got drafted but chose to go overseas because you're getting one of these big deals. Like, cats aren't making bread like that unless they have this crazy resume coming over there, or, they just in a, ideal situation. Yeah. When you start over there, you working your way up, and it takes time.
It takes time, yeah.
But I mean, you obviously have, found a way to take it to a level that not many guys get to. But like, just for these young kids, like, what can you tell them, and then coming over
I had a goal, bro. So I watched my first EuroLeague game when I was at Lavrio, and I seen the quality of the game was completely different from what I was playing in. So I'm like, what is this? I had no clue about what EuroLeague was, nothing. Then my agent told me what it was. I'm like, nah. I remember watching, I was in a restaurant. I'm like, I got to get to that level. But I always told myself, like, every time I come home, I'm going to come to LA, and I'm going to just grind. I'm going to grind. I started my pre-draft here with Rico and all the people I work with still to this day. And the work was crazy. So I'm just like, nah, every summer I come home, I got to make sure I save my money and come home and just lock in, work. So I really had like a 4 or 5 year plan, to be honest with you. Like, all this was planned out. This wasn't just like some random, like, I always knew what I wanted and what my end goal was from the time I broke my foot, but from the time I had to go to Europe, it was just like, all right, if I'm gonna go to Europe, I gotta be the best player out there. I'm gonna make that my NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I went through a lot of, rough patches in the beginning, but I just stayed with it, bro. I knew what I wanted at the end. So I'm just like, I know what I want. I started understanding how much money dudes is really getting out there. I started getting more knowledge about the game. And then with everything, I'm just like, nah, I got to keep trying to level this up. But every summer I came home, bro, I wasn't the dude taking vacation, never took a vacation in my life, just because it's just like, bro, I'm trying to grind. I'm trying to get to it. Like, So that was just my whole mentality, was me coming home, taking a week or two off, whatever, going to LA for a couple weeks and just locking in. Like, I wasn't in LA that long back then just because, I couldn't stay here that long. You know how it is here. So I would come 2 weeks, lock in with my people, get to it, and go right back to New York and just keep that rolling. And I did that for I've been doing that for the last 8 years. My 8th summer in LA, bro. I've been doing that every single summer. But being disciplined is the main thing. Understanding what you want and being disciplined. Understand it's gonna be up, it's gonna be down, but how bad you want it, how disciplined you're gonna be. Because it's all attainable, all of it. But you gotta ask yourself as a young player, how bad you want it. How bad do you want it? It's real simple. It's not complex, it's not difficult, it's how bad you want it. You're gonna come in every summer and work and get better and look for different ways to get better. You're gonna I break down film every summer on what I want to do to get better and what can I add. Everything, bro, like the smallest detailed things, I break down film every summer. And we try to attack those things and obviously stay sharp on what we work out on what I do, obviously. And we keep it running like that. I don't care about no vacation. I can take 1,000 vacations when I retire. I don't care about that. I care about getting better, working out, trying to figure out ways to be even better, bro. That's really what I be doing this summer. And then I enjoy my summer, have fun, go out, do whatever. Like, yeah, but my main focus in the summer, bro, is getting better. I've been doing that for the last 8 years. That's all I care about. And I will not stop until I'm done. So when I'm 34, vet, whatever, that's going to be my MO. Like, how can I get better, bro? Like, that's what I care about. But I love basketball, bro. Like, the vacation thing. Like, the homies make fun of me about vacation. Like, yo, bro, you got to take vacation. But they don't really understand. Like, what I be seeing is like, you can't really explain that. You can't really explain that to everybody. So, like, and I don't really care, but that's just where I'm at with it. So I tell all young players that, like, and it's going to take 5 years. It's going to take 5 years. You may not see the results your first 2 years. It's going to take 5, 6 years of just being locked in, of just like, and then you'll see all the reward in your 7th, 8th year. It's like, damn, okay. Like, and once you see the reward, that's going to make you keep going. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time for sure.
Man, you telling the facts. People really need to listen up. Like when we first started Swish Cultures 2018, one of the first people I met was KP, and he was locked in the gym. Now he an LA boy. I'm gonna put the evil laugh. He an LA boy. I heard you. Wait, hold on. You said 7 years now. You've been in LA. You said 7 or 8.
This is my 8th summer right now.
Hold on, I'm trying to pop. Hold on.
After 5,
and he got the do-rag on. Hold on, he got the bamboo in the back too, with the paint in the back too. That boy living life now. Look, but I think it is very important because, like, yeah, I know a lot of people when we come back, especially from being overseas, a lot of people want to go out, have fun, party. One thing that really stuck out this morning, we had the group chat setting up the pod, and it was 6 a.m. and you was like, "Yo, I'm getting to it." I know you and Jay have had that workout forever, and I was like, you know what, that dude's staying authentic to the grind, and that kind of says a lot, to where you've come from, and to still be on that same path, like you are still hungry to get to where you're going from when you started at 40K. So I think that just kind of goes.
I'm so in the moment, bro. Like sometimes I don't realize what I've done. Obviously, I know what's going on, but I'm so present and in the moment. Bro, I'm just so hungry, bro. It's just like, I feel like I ain't do nothing. I feel like I still got to prove people wrong. I feel like I got that mentality, bro. So that's why I'm up 6, 7 in the morning, getting to it. Like, that's why I'm up, just working 3 times a day, like just getting to it. Not because I have to, but I really love working out, hooping. You know what I'm saying? I love all the little small things that get you better in the summertime. I love those things.
Yeah, let me ask y'all these questions too real quick, because you're going to see a lot more players, go overseas. A lot of NBA guys going overseas. Ray, I know you played in NBA. You went overseas. You're going to see a lot more. Why do you guys feel like players don't immediately jump and go to that EuroLeague team, the top team? Because everybody thinks that, like, when a player comes from the NBA, they think, oh, he's going to jump and play for the best team in the NBA. I mean, in the EuroLeague. Like, please explain to them how this works when an NBA guy comes over, because they don't just go to the top team like everybody thinks.
I ain't gonna lie. From my perspective, it's the same thing like going to the league. The best European player or whatever is not just about to go to the best team and just start playing and all that. It's the same thing other way around. EuroLeague is a high level. You think you about to just come over here and just jump in and get right to it? No, like it's two different worlds. So when you come to this world, you're gonna get treated the same way how we would get treated if we went to your world. So it's the same thing. That's how I look at it, at least. So
No, he's spot on. He's spot on. And then too, now like the level of EuroLeague is so high right now. Like it's probably like, honestly, it's probably like an all-time high, right? I mean, I don't know, K, you've been playing in it for a while. I played in it, I don't know, 4 years ago. The talent level now compared to then is not, there's no question. And then you got guys who've been playing in the league for I don't know, 8-9 years that are making that jump. So now these teams are looking at it like, all these guys only know the NBA. It's a totally different game when you're coming over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like some guys, it's hard to adjust, and some teams don't have time for that. They would like to take a guy who's been having a lot of success in Europe, who knows the game, they know what they're going to get, where you got a guy to come over from the league who thinks, I'm coming over here, I'm going to kill and go right back. You know, and it doesn't really work like that. And then too, just the market in general, like is kind of crazy right now. So it's not really what it used to be, I would say. But you think KP, he see a league cat coming over, he got something to prove every time.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like getting thrown into the fire for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
KP, speaking of that, you're in Serbia, a spot. I mean, everybody fears the Serbian coaches because we know how Serbian coaches are. But let me talk about the Serbian mindset. Do players in Serbia and, just, the country in general, do they feel like they can beat the U.S. in terms of basketball? Like, how are you starting to feel like people, like, places in Europe feel like, when it comes to basketball? Are people starting to feel like they're better than the U.S.? Because I kind of sense it a little bit, and they feel like they can beat us, or no?
I don't. Maybe a little bit, but I don't know, bro. That's a real tough question, because let's not get it twisted. We got the best players in the world, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Like, we got the best talent. We more athletic. I think we just better. Now, team-wise, we may not be the best team, you know what I'm saying? Because, we change teams almost all the time. And I think a lot of these other countries have their core guys that's from the country that play all the time. So because of that, I feel like they may have that chemistry a little better than what we have, you know what I'm saying? Because after this, everybody goes to their separate teams and they got that chemistry with them. And then we not together, the USA team is not together all the time like these other countries. So I don't know, bro. That's a tough question, but I'm going US all day, though. All day.
All right, then what's the difference? I mean, people don't really value, like, especially young kids. A lot of people feel like we got to go ISO, but I'm starting to see how this game is transcending. Like, you got to really be able to shoot the basketball, to really make it. Honestly, I feel like in the NBA, especially as a guard too, as well, right? And being able to pass, some that I feel like we missing. What do you see with the young talent coming up in Europe, like that you can tell the youth in US so they can know, how the game is, over there as far as the youth is concerned?
To be honest, I feel like they care more about the fundamentals, bro. Like, I see it all the time, like just the young kids in the gym. They working on a lot of the basic things, not the stuff we was doing when we was growing up. I feel like for us growing up, it was more so like just go out there and play and kind of just figure it out, play with your friends, you just running up and down. And that's why I feel like we got that creativity with that mind where that ISO ball comes into play, because you got to get a bucket. It's no pick and rolls, and I wasn't taught no pick and rolls until later on in my career. For us, it was all get a bucket, you on the island, get a stop, play some defense. And if you get scored on, you need to be tough. And Europe is more so like real tactical at an early age, because they can't do all the stuff we do. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so use the pick and roll. If he goes under, re-screen, pump fake, play off 2 feet, step throughs. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I've noticed, because I didn't watch it year after year. Just seeing the younger teams with the younger coaches work on different things and always in the gym and working on simple things. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the difference right then and there.
Yeah, I remember my first practice in Slovenia. We didn't even dribble the basketball. We did 5-on-5, no dribbles. And I was
No
like,
dribble,
bro,
yeah.
like,
And
yo,
you
son.
know the crazy part though, bro? Like that teaches you how to pass, how to cut properly, how to move without the ball. All simple things that us growing up in America, we not doing that, bro. We dribbling that, you know what I'm saying? We dribbling, we shooting, we trying to throw alley oops, we run up and down, throw behind the back. That's what we watch on TV with the NBA. So that's what we was doing.
Yeah,
So and in Europe, it's just completely different. A lot of them drills that you do in Europe, like if you really see what it's made for, it's really made to do the things we hate. Backdoor cut. Imagine guarding dudes backdooring all day long. I can't stand that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think they create real disciplined players at an early age.
yeah. Well, last two questions I have, and then we got some footage of you to break down some of your best plays. But I mean,
Mhm.
some of your good reads. I wouldn't say your best
Yeah,
plays, but
yeah,
some good reads. We could go into a little, quick, rapid fire. Number one is what is your favorite basketball movie that you grew up with?
the six man.
What is that? I'm sorry for cutting the rapid fire off on you.
Nah, you good. The six man with the Wayne brothers.
Yeah,
Remember
you don't know that movie, Jay?
his
Yo,
brother.
I'm about to
That's
get you
crazy.
about to get my black card taken. Hold on, bro. I've never heard
He,
that.
hey, he's from the IE, so
That's
I don't know.
crazy.
Yeah, he ain't he. I don't
Not
know.
a six man though. That's six man.
Okay. All right, next question. All right, who's your favorite hooper from New York that you grew up watching?
Favorite hooper from New York that I grew up watching. That's a tough one. Uh, favorite hooper I grew up watching. You know what? You ain't nobody gonna know him. Shout out to my boy Jeff Short. He went to Kennedy from the hood or whatever. But I used to watch him a lot growing up. He was just a bucket. He went to Fort of U. He was just a bucket, bro. Like somebody I seen like just get to it from where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Getting buckets. So Jeff Short.
Okay, and then favorite NBA player that you grew up watching?
Early on my career before I took it serious was Kobe. As I started taking it serious was KD.
Kobe or Jordan?
Kobe.
Favorite shoe?
Adidas.
Look at the this guy's a marketing genius. All right, and then the last two is Lil Baby, Gunna, or Drake. I went all
In
seven.
terms of what?
Best artist. Oh, you don't like none of them?
Nah, just in terms of like who's better or
Yeah,
what I
yeah, best
prefer.
artist.
Lil Baby.
Favorite artist.
Davies.
You going all New York on us now. All right,
Yeah,
and then the
he
last question: if you can play with, any player overseas that you haven't, who would it be?
If I could play with any player overseas.
Yeah, that playing overseas.
Hey,
Wait, that's overseas right now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
overseas right now.
I'm
I ain't gonna
gonna
lie.
gas you up. I'm gonna gas one situation up.
I ain't gonna lie. Nah, I was about to go to one of my old teammates, Lorenzo Brown. If I could run it
Ooh,
back with Zoe
yeah,
again, because
yeah,
we was
y'all
together at Red
Red Star,
Star.
right?
So we could run it back right
Yeah,
now.
that was his first year over there too,
That was
right?
his first show over there, facts.
Yeah, I remember
Yep.
that.
Yep. That's my dog right there. So if I could we get in the backcourt again at some point in our career, I think that'd be cool. Because we was at different points in our career when we first played together.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So and that was my
Yeah.
first year in EuroLeague too. That was his first year and my first year.
Yeah.
Yep.
You mean like just the journey and what you've shown, to a lot of hoopers out there, bro. Like keep
Sure,
going.
bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You've been watching me since I was in Poland, bro. That was like I think 2017, 18, something like that.
Yeah,
For real,
facts.
that's
Facts.
crazy. It's crazy.
Facts.
It's
Nah,
crazy.
and I just remember seeing Rico and just in and on Rico. Like, what are some things about Rico that he brings to this game that more people need to know about? Because you do the full training with him too as well.
Yeah,
What's some
yeah, yeah.
things about Rico that you've noticed because he's moving up in this game too. What are some
For
things
sure.
that you've learned from Rico?
He's so authentic, man. He's authentic. Number one, he cares so much about his work, about his people, everything. So that's the one thing from the day I met him in 2016 till now. Like he's extremely authentic. He cares. and his energy has never ever changed from 2016 to 2023. Same attitude, same approach. Obviously, his title is a little different. You know, he's where he's at now, which is amazing, and I love it for him. But his energy never changes. He's genuine. He always try to do everything the right way.
Yeah,
and he's just a good person.
It's just y'all relationship's so unique, bro. I'm watching ESPN live. He's talking on air, and then he brings you up on live. You know, just about you. Like that relationship is a little different, bro. It hits a little different, bro. Like when you
he was the first. Nah,
yeah.
it's dope. Like people don't know. Like he was when I broke my foot and I was getting back into the whole basketball and starting to get back on the court. I was with Rico every single day. Like when Pascal, me and Pascal so close. When Pascal was going to his workouts pre-drive, running around. When he would leave, I'm with Rico. We working out every single day, trying to get, you know what I'm saying, trying to get me back right, trying to get my rhythm back going. And we built a relationship from that point on, from the time we started pre-draft till now. And it's just grown since.
Yeah.
And so I guess now people, you know, are seeing, you know, how close we are. But man, we've been close since 2016. We've been this way. Since I met Rico and he really, you know what I'm saying, spoke to me and kind of just broke some stuff down. I was going through a hard time in my life with basketball, just trying to figure out what's the next move to do. You know what I'm saying? And Rico was the person I was talking to. You know what I'm saying? So that's why people see now like our relationship. And he's, you know, speaking on it a lot now, but we've been locked in for years.
Yeah, but I like me seeing the training game from a different perspective. Like an overseas guy like yourself, even though you killing and making money, like a lot of trainers will push that, you know, the overseas guy to the side.
Yeah.
Rico,
sure.
He putting you to the forefront. I think that's a lot different, bro. Like
I agree.
That love is just different. So that's why I want to ask you about that. Like, because like he putting you to the forefront and then look what you're doing too as well. And then just the bond, like I see you at Phil Handy's camp. He could ask anybody, but yeah, it's you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that just kind of just says a lot.
And that goes back to him just being genuine, him being pure, just a good person. He believes in me that much. You know, from 2016, you know, he always been rocking with me that way. So, you know, and he see the work I put in every single year, summer after summer. Like he see that, like it's no faking, it's none of that. So, you know, he stay true, I stay true, and that's what I guess that's what that gets you.